everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Allotment channel. Today I thought we could give you a tour of where we're at, sort of first tour. It's going to be for the month of November in this beautiful English weather. So it's really chucking it down now. It's a bit drier earlier, but at least the advantage is don't have to do any watering. As you can see over here on my allotment, it still needs a bit of work. My wife has kindly gotten rid of some of the rubbish we had. If we come take a look in the greenhouse, you can see that the weather has definitely affected the tomatoes. They've started to die back. Usually if the greenhouse is a little bit more closed, it does extend the time you can harvest them, and they do tend to take a bit of cold. So moving on, the weeds are obviously loving this weather, and we have our paths here with bark on it that sort of keeps them down anyway. It's really good. It's not proper bark, it's more like wood chippings that we get freely at the allotment. I think it's quite good, helps to improve the soil over the long time. We had where the hops used to be, you can see that needs a bit of weeding. I know that the nasturtiums tend to do a bit of a crazy growth, but once we get a bit of cold they will die off anyway. But it's good to see some life. And we carry on. We can see more nasturtiums have grown in this bed. Got some asparagus still waiting for it to die back. I do tend to leave it until it goes brown. It does give it a bit of protection, so that's quite good. As my daughter's bed hasn't actually done anything on it yet, that's alright. So we move forward here. We've got weeds have grown in our paths, but it's not a problem. I'm not totally against weeds. I think they do help to keep the nutrients higher in the soil, otherwise everything just leaches out. The bed I've dug over here, you can see the weeds have started to grow, sprout through. Over here you can see the tomatoes have died back. I'll need to pull them out. That'll be a job for another day. We still have in this bed, we've got beetroots. I'll harvest a couple today. They are better off getting harvested in the summer. They're a bit softer then. So I'll carry on round. I think we haven't actually shown you is this side of my allotment in the intro video. So we've got sort of the fruit shrub area from this angle, and over here is still a couple of mint plants and raspberries. I'll definitely be overhauling this side of things because grass tends to just get into everything. This is our green gage tree. Not the best time of the year to cut it. I'll see how time goes, maybe in the spring. And yeah, so I'll just take a quick walk down to my wife's allotment. I've had a little bit more happen there. She's just 2 plots down. You can see the sweet corn that's died back in the distance there. So here we are. Whoa, sorry, brother, tumble there. There you go, that obviously needs to all get uprooted. And suppose you get the rain, just makes everything grow. I did trim the weeds down. I didn't But we'll get some bark chippings and we'll throw it over, and that'll keep them down. Really good. We can have a quick look about how the garlic's doing. Let's just walk straight down here. So I know it doesn't look that much has happened, but it will get better. Live in hope. There we go. There's a little garlic. You can see it's started to grow. It's always good to have a bit of garlic around. Reliable little bulbs. Good for your health. So good about the rye. This is something we haven't grown before, and we're gonna trial it this year. It is growing well. You can see the green rose. It is more of a cold weather crop, so a cool weather. So it's growing successfully. Don't particularly want to do anything to it today, but I'm not too keen on the leaves bending over. So I'll see. But let me give you a bit of a close-up. So I mean, it is a grass. It looks like grass, but it has grown really well. See if you can see it there. You can see it just looks like rows of grass. Really doing well. Hopefully we'll be able to leave it for today. But I might need to come remove the netting another day. Anyway, let's have a look at the back here. We've got the greenhouse, and we've got a fig tree here. I will do some trimming. The greenhouse is all dry. Nothing's happening there. So we have done. My wife's actually put some of the chippings down. I'll show you in a bit. Let me just stand in a better location. So you can see this. It's on the ground here. This is the chippings we get. So looking at them, it looks like a conifer. Some of them are a bit acidic, so it's something to think about. It's not proper bark, just chopped up wood. Really good, keeps the weeds down. Just throw it on, and it is quite interesting to see that, the worms get going, everything gets turned over and put into the soil. That's why it's almost something you do every year. Every year we throw it on, and every year it just seems to all go down. So this is how it looks at the moment. You can see it's really good, pushing the weeds down, but then it doesn't take long for it to look like this. So if you can make out, it's a bit of a path just here, and yeah, you can see the worm castings. I should turn it over, and it goes into the soil, helps improve it, kind of nutrition, and you repeat the cycle. So everything grown is a cycle. This is the last potato bed that we've dug out. It's still looking relatively clear, only little weeds. And over here is the potato bed. I still need to dig out, but it's not a day for it. It's just going to be too soggy. We'll do it on another day, but not too late. It's not a problem to dig them out through the winter, but you have to get them out. Let me backtrack a bit. It's not a big problem over here in this part of the country, for me anyway, to get potatoes out, but I have to get them out before sort of February, when things start get going again. Otherwise they become stringy. You just end up having to bin the lot. So yeah, carry on, just get to the end of it. So it's all really just got going. We haven't been able to make it down here, so it's been a bit sick and stuff. It's kind of the time of the year for getting sick. So a little bit of rain, the weather's been a bit warm, and we'd go for it. There's our rosemary. It's not really the time of the year it should be flowering. It's really a spring flowering plant. Could be due to the warm weather. I do think, this is my wife's plot, but sometimes you have to just dig things out and put new plants. And the interesting thing about this rosemary is actually purely grown from cuttings. And these plants, in case you didn't know, rosemary and lavender cuttings do root quite easily, because they have a lot of little hairs that you don't really see on the stems. So they're quite good if you want to propagate them. They're not that happy if you cut them back hard. They might not come back. So they're better off getting fresh cuttings, starting new plants, and dig out the old ones, put new stuff in. You can see that it's overgrown, because down the bottom there, just there's a bit of sage sticking out. Always good to cut it back. I always plant these things with all the best intentions, but all gets a bit out of hand sometimes. So yeah, I think that's it from us for today. It's calmed down a bit with the rain, so that's quite nice. And actually not too bad with my raincoat on. But yeah, so until next time, bye for now.